Hello, good evening, happy Friday, happy Clarity Open Days Festival evening. Come on in, time to have a craft along, hang out with a few friends. No, I know I haven't got my pyjamas on yet. Come on in, that's for later. Way too early for me pyjamas. No. I just ironed them. They don't know what's happened to them and they've been ironed in their life. Anybody there? Come on in. Anybody there? Hello, Jill. Welcome. Good. Can you hear me all right? I will soon find out. Look, we've got a bit of banting, bit of celebrating. It's all going to be good. Paul, is Paul there? Hello, Paul Church. Are you in the building too? Be great if somebody could just let me know. Any chance? Let's have a look. Yep, sound all good. Excellent, thank you. So come on in, guys. It's time for a craft along. We'll give everybody a couple of minutes to land. Have you been over to the blogs today? It's the Open Day celebration, isn't it? It's our festival, and it goes on all day today, tomorrow, right till midnight Monday. And the story, the Jack and Nori behind it, is that, of course, usually our open days, they are the biggest event in our calendar year. You know, when we all hang out together for 2 days in Ditton, in Maidstone, also in Leyburn, in North Yorkshire. Yeah, and of course with COVID and with the lockdown and with the restrictions, it's not possible to hang out together in large groups like that. And also, perhaps it's not safe, you know, and therefore we decided to err on the side of caution. And like we did last year, we decided to take our festival online. And so this is the Open Day Festival. And for those of you who are new to the fold, what that means is if you go to my blog, and it should be barbaragrayblog.com. Let me see if I can find it. The caption looks different to usual. What have we got here? That's strange. I don't want to fiddle too much though. It did say barbaragrayblog.com, but now it doesn't. And I don't want to fiddle too much because I might knock out the bunting. Anyway, barbaragrayblog.com. That's the blog, and that's what's driving the festival today. And then in addition to that, of course, we've got the Clarity Matters blog.com. And both of those, Gracie in New York is driving the Clarity Matters blog and posting loads of artwork and ideas and inspiration and giveaways and competitions and so on. And on my blog, I'm doing the same thing. So multiple blogs during the course of the day. And then the design team, they know what they're doing all over Facebook, Clarity Worldwide and Groovy Worldwide. They are posting beautiful artwork, ideas and inspiration. And the thing is, the whole week, we've been working on this Jack and Nori, what's the story, morning glory and all that good stuff. And the idea is, of course, as I was saying on Wednesday in the Shack, when you attach a story to a piece of artwork or to anything, it's quite enriching. It gives whatever it is, meaning or substance, you know. And so what the ladies and designers are doing, they're posting artwork and they're telling you their story, what this artwork relates to. I just think that that's going to be more interesting. So there you go. That's what we're all about this weekend. And of course, there's a big sale on, a big 25% blanket sale on the website. So anything that you want, anything on your wish list, this weekend's a good opportunity. Also, of course, if you're a club member, you get your additional discounts there too. So happy days all round, you know. And this evening, we're having a craft along. And before I forget, is everybody here? Are we there? Well, let's have a look. I'm flipping around from one button to another. Excellent. I'm assuming, Paul, that everybody is here. Maybe you could communicate with me. Thank you. Because I can't see much. Have you got your cup of tea? My pajamas are all pressed and ready for the later session. And what we're going to do tonight, to celebrate, because there's nothing on the box, there's no point. I thought it would be really great if we do one project, right? And then it takes as long as it takes. And then after that, we'll stop. I'll switch everything off, right? We all go away for half an hour, get our pajamas on, get a nice nightcap, whatever your tipple may be, cocoa, vino, I don't know. That all rhymed. Did you catch that? Cocoa, vino, I don't know. Do you know, I've got to tell you, yesterday I celebrated 20 years of not having a drink of alcohol. Just so you know, 20 years. That's a long time to not have a drink. I have never been this far away from a glass of wine. Yeah, it's something to celebrate. It's something to celebrate, and I'm telling you, I'm celebrating. So now you know the rest of the story. Okay, so how about we've got, yay, listen to that. Paul Church just said that there are nearly 250 of us, between you good people in the room and the good people on YouTube as well. And I would love to know where you are. Are you in England? Are you in Scotland? I'm just excited to have your company this evening. So what we're going to do, right, when we finish this project, we're going to shut everything down, go and put our pajamas on, come back, because by then it'll be a bit later, and then it'll be time to put our PJs on, have a drink, and then we'll start another project. And with that in mind, I want to thank Dee, my darling friend, Dee Paramore, because she has prepared these feasts for us. This is her artwork, and it's just so lovely, you know. And I just thought this would be perfect for us to just hang out and work through together. So the first thing, are we ready? Are you ready? Yeah? Come on then. Oh, and I don't want to forget this. Lynn Buckle, happy 60th birthday. Bang, in the back of the net, the big 60. Well, welcome to the 60s. Yeah, I was 62 this year. How did that happen? Eh? How did that happen? 1 minute I was 30 and the next minute I was 62. Oh, I know what it was. 2 kids. That's right. That's what happened to the latter half of my life. 2 children. I wouldn't swap it for all the tea in China. Right, now let's have a look. Paul, lovely Paul, is in the building with you, and he's going to keep you company. You got any questions? If you're looking for anything, if I'm talking too fast or if you've got any questions, fire them through Paul, because not that I can't hear him, but I've got my text rolling, you see, and he can ask me the questions, and I'll make sure I can, so that you know that's the game. I will look out for your questions if you've got any. Okay. Don't bombard me though, because I've got to kind of, I've got to watch what I say, try not to swear, do the artwork, keep up, go slow so that you can keep up. and. Right. Okay. I thought this would be a really good idea. Okay. So that you can get all your bits and pieces together. How about we look at the card that we're going to do? That's the first thing. Right. So let's look at the card that we're going to make. It's really nice. And the thing about it is, I know they're going, come on and show us. Well, hang on. Just un momento, por favor. Right? What we're going to do is make a card that's got loads of elements, loads of tricks, loads of tips, loads of techniques. So this is what we would call a vehicle. It's a vehicle for learning some tricks and tips. And many, many, many thanks to darling Dee for giving us this vehicle. Right. Now, have a look. Check it out. It's very beautiful. And what we're going to see here, see, I've already mounted it, but I haven't mounted it completely. But what we're going to look at, let's check it out now. So we're going to learn how to get that shadow, how to mask, now let me come in close and see if you can see the detail in the background. Can you see that? Isn't that lovely? So we got a little bit of masking, a little bit of shadow dancing, a little bit of colouring. What else we got? Oh yeah, we got a little bit of overlay work. It's really nice, really lovely. Antwerp, look at this, right? Antwerp. Welcome all the way from Antwerp. Isn't that great, Belgium? Right, now, yeah, so we've got a little bit of this and a little bit of that and loads of little tricks and tips along the way. So that's what we're doing. And I thought, right, so now you know what we're doing. Cool. So put that to one side because that's what we're working towards. Now let's make sure we've got all the gear, right? So because there's nothing worse than when you start. So I put it all on a tray, I laid it all out on a tray, and I thought, right, we'll have a look at it. So let's have a look what we've got going on here, right? And then this is what we're going to need, right? So I've got some stencil card. Look, you'd think I was having a party. How many people are coming? Right. Then you need so you've got the stencil card, you've got the craft card. So that's obviously the craft card there and the stencil card we're working on. Yeah, cool. Right, so put that to one side so I don't forget where I put it because this is all my stash here. Then we've got the stamps. Right, now we're going to use these butterfly stamps. Okay, you got them? Come on, tick list. Got it, ain't got it, ain't got it. Right, now, so we've got that. Then what we need is, all right, major, dream, right? We need dream. Remember the sets of word stamps? Right, so you need dream and you need a mask. And I've got 2 masks just in case I can't find it. I always need something. Back up. This is years of TV taught me that. Right, then what else have I got on my little tray here? Pair of scissors. You need scissors to cut the butterflies out down the road. You need brushes or a brush. Why do I need a brush? Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to need a brush to put the lovely brown in the background. What ink pad are we using? I'm using an artistry ink. But you could use, hey, listen, there are distress inks. It's a sort of a boring beige colour. Find a boring beige colour. I'm using old parchment. And of course, you've got the little mini ink pads as well, haven't you? There's one that's got old parchment in. And then what else we got? Ah, yeah, you see the blue inside here? So that's a morning dew or any blue. A morning dew or any blue. Yeah? Who? Right, so these are dye-based inks, right? That's fine. So we got that. And then I've got all these little elements and assets. I've mounted them already. So these are the ones that are in the background. So almost not visible, but it's nice to know you can do it. See the little add steps, tap steps. Okay, now how do we colour this in? Well, it's up to you. You can use polychromos if you've got them, or you can use pergoliners. I've used pergoliners. There you go. I've got pergoliners. I know more of you got pergoliners, and I've already checked the colours out, dry, and so we're going to use the dry aqua pencils as well. So they're in place. Right, tick. And I fancied a little bit of teal on mine as well. So I've pulled a tealy colour out of the polychromos. Like I haven't got the polychromos, you know what I mean? I could open a polychromos shop. Look, these are the ones. These are me polychromos that I can't find a home for. From one crafter to another, you understand. Yeah. Anyway, teal. Okay, brush. What else we got? Right, you need spot-on sponges. I hope I've got more than one in the cupboard. This is not going to do it, is it? Right, there's another one. I might have to... Okay, not to worry. Now, main player. You need an archival ink pad or... Yeah. I'm using cobalt blue because that's what Dee did. So I thought, right, well, I'll just go with what Dee did. So you can see that the outline of all the stamps is cobalt blue, dark blue. If you haven't got cobalt blue, use black. Use black. It's fine, right? Then I've got the big butterfly wreath, okay, for there. And then the little butterfly wreath as well. And then, right, the other thing worth knowing is New England Falls. See the designer paper? This is Dee's designer paper. Very beautiful. And we're going to use that. Hey, let me just indulge this for a moment. I mean, we're here all night. Hey. Right, look at this. This is... Now, when Dee makes her papers, it's quite impressive because this isn't computer generated. Like when I design mine, I use Yupo paper and alcohol inks. And Dee, when she uses hers, these are all the originals are all hand stenciled, hand inked, hand painted. I want to show you. You see that? She's done that with crackle paint. That isn't computer generated. So this is a really impressive collection of designer papers. See how that looks really dimensional? That's because the original is really dimensional. It is all cut out and layered up like that. That's how she does her papers. It's really, really quite superb. The original of this one, again, it's all layered, it's paste. It's blooming brilliant, really. She's so good at what she does. She's top banana. Look, doesn't that look as if there were little rings of white card over the top overlaid? Well, guess what? That's because there were. Yeah, I know. Brilliant. Stamps. All stamped. All done by Dee. Yeah, so we're going to use this because that's what Dee's used here, and that's what the butterflies are stamped on. So I think it's worth just having a look at all the gear that we're going to have. That way, first of all, it's cool because you've got it all in front of you. Tick, 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 right? I'll put the stamps over there, right? And then we can get going, you see. You just got to make sure you've got all your gear in front of you, really. And we'll do the same thing for the second one afterwards when we've got our pyjamas on. Hey, fancy that? Come on. Now, I want to know who's already got their pyjamas on. Who actually got into their PJs early? I just ironed mine, but I steam ironed them, so they were too wet to wear. So I thought, uh-oh, I don't want to sit here in damp pyjamas all night. So I thought, I'll let them dry and I'll put them on later. They've never been ironed before. They probably look ridiculous. Come on then. Who's got their pyjamas on? Hands up. Alison Robb, I'm staying in the shack. Nothing on the box. I can see Dave's here as well. Cool. And I love the bunting. I can turn it off if it's irritating. Is it irritating? No. My ride, my rules. Right, come on. Don't lose your brush, Greg, because in a minute you'll need it. Are you ready to begin? Cool. Come on then. First thing you need, should we get started? We're going to need a bit of stencil card. So get your 7x7 stencil card out. Lynn Buckle, I hope you're enjoying your birthday. What a way to spend your birthday with a load of friends crafting. Doesn't beat that, does it? Hey, it doesn't beat that, Lynn. No, if it was my birthday, I know what I'd want to do. And it would be this. Right, now. So what have we got? We've got a piece of stencil card. And what we're going to do next is stamp. The first thing we need to do is stamp dream into position. Okay? Right, you got your dream. And you've got your blue ink pad. Now, the first thing we want to do, I'll show you what we're going to do so that you see what it's got to look like. Right, see now, if you see it already done, then you know where you're headed. So we're going to put dream, and I'll tell you why. Oh, do you know what? No, it's a different one. Silly. Nearly called myself a name then. Sorry. This is going to be, look, I'll show you. There. Right, so just from a position point of view, because we want to put a band across here. So composition-wise, we're going to come up a little bit. Look, the dream is there. And I'm not going to overcook it. We don't need to make a science out of it. Dream is there, big is down there. So put dream in. And then we're going to put the mask over the top. Look, see? Voila. Cool. Right, okay. Come on then, let's do it together. Who's actually crafting along and who's just hanging out? Who's crafting along with us? And who's just hanging out? Yeah, loads of us. There must be. Hundreds of you bought this dream stamp. Surely you bought it to join in. Hi, guys. I'm sat with my brother. Oh, he's out of hospital at last. Welcome, brother. This is what your sister does on a Friday night. Who knew? I hope that you are well. He was involved in a road accident in March. I'm so glad that you're recovering with your sister. Hey? Hey, you know what? Life can turn on a sixpence, can't it? Life turns on a sixpence. 1 minute, everything's fine, and the next minute, it's all gone to pot. I know. Tell me about it. Now, come on, let's get started, or we're going to be here tomorrow morning. Right, come on. Right, dream. Okay, here we go. Is it a brand new stamp? Have you used it before? Can I make a suggestion? Let's ink it up and this is an old ink pad. Look, the bottom's all knackered. Oh, Barbara, don't say knackered. Right. Do you know what I would say? Get a bit of copy paper and just stamp it onto a bit of copy paper first. This is called seasoning the stamp, right? And then that way you know, right, perfect, so you know it works. And now I know I need to get my other glasses on because everything's just a blur. Okay, right now, ink again. It's always good to just test the stamp, especially if it's brand new. I mean, the good news is this is double-sided, right? So if it doesn't work, don't lose any sleep over it. Okay, dream. Okay, dream. Here we go. Dream. I'll pop it in there like that. Dream. That'll do. We're using a permanent ink pad. Oh, wow. You just get a really good impression with archivals, in my opinion. That'll do. Nice. Right, we've got dream. Now what we've got to do is put the mask over the top. Oh, do you know what I didn't mention? I bet I have got one here, though. Didn't I put it? Yeah, look, here it is. Tweezers. And they're going, oh, you didn't put that on the list, did you? Well, no, I forgot. Come on, a bit of exercise is good for you. I can hear him now. Dave, go and get me tweezers in the bathroom quickly. Paul says, it's going great and loads of PJs already in place. And we're talking about birthday suits. Paul Church, don't tell me you're in your birthday suit. Are you actually? Well, it's a good job you're at home then. Right, come on. Where did I put the mask? Yeah, okay. So now we've got to add the mask, which comes with the stamps. So let's have a look. Gently does it. Lift the mask. It's obviously delicate. So clearly, will it tear? Well, yeah. If you rip it, sure thing. And is it fiddly? Aye. It's very fiddly. But the thing is, let me put this down for a minute. You see, this is like when I do this on live TV, it's a real challenge, isn't it? But see, it doesn't matter now because you're all in the same boat. So what you got to do, you see, if it sticks down, it will stick. So what I'll do is, look, hang on. I know I could de-tack it, but if I de-tack it, then better to just get over the top of it, right? Put the D in, and look, if the D and the R are in the right place, chances are the rest will follow. Let's just get the first letter in. Come on. Right, okay. So I've got that one in. Is it in? Not good enough. Grey. Right, start again. You could de-tack it by, look, you could take this and you could put it on your arm and de-tack it. But I like a challenge, okay? So don't, just have a go. Come on. Third time, if it still hasn't worked, then we'll de-tack it and then it just slides into place, okay? Come on, give it a go. Come on, we like a challenge. Start. How long we got? Hang on. Right, get over the top of it, Grey. And then start. Oh, I don't know. Right. In. Are they the right size? I've got one. I've got the R in. I've got the D in. All right. Now we're in with a chance. Oh, the E just fell into place. The A also, the Y, and now we're on the M. Right, and the M is going to work as well. And what did I tell you? Dreaming. There you go, dream. Voila. And look, I've already got one sitting here. But you know what, I want to feel your pain too. Right, come on then. Dream. Have you got big mounted? Sounds a bit kinky. Have you got big mounted? Right, we'll pop big in as well while we're there. Shall we? Or maybe not. Yeah, go on then. D says do it. I say okay. Right, we're going to put big down there then. But we've got to leave enough. Yeah, this will be all right. Right, big goes, look, there. Right? So underneath the M. Dream big. Okay. You can put it at the end if you're feeling... I'm just going to go for it. Come on. We're supposed to be having fun. Thing about this is, right? I'll do. There you go. That wasn't too tricky, was it? See, the thing about any of this is that it's like you're making a template. You're making your prototype. This is, if it doesn't work, if you do something that doesn't work perfectly, it doesn't matter. You're making your layout here. You're figuring it out. So the next thing we want to do, now we've done that, the next thing we need to do is put the big wreaths in place. So we've got the little one and we've got the large one, little and large. You got those? So the large one's quite a big old thing. Yeah? So this hasn't got any ink on it. So now I can decide, because I've covered this up, right, I can decide where I want to put that one. So according to D's one, right, it cuts through the E. Yeah, well, that'll do. And then, and it just touches the, okay, all right, there like that, right? So that works quite nicely like that. You put it where you like, okay? And then this one, you just got to make sure you leave enough room to put that one in as well. That's all that you've got to do, is just make sure there's room for both of them. So if you put this one too far over, then hey-ho, then what then? Right, so keep this one down here a little bit and that one up there. They're going to touch, but, you know, it's going to be really nice because there's going to be a butterfly there and a butterfly in there. Okie dokie. Now, I'm going to do the large one first. Have you seasoned your stamps? It's very warm in here. I stand to stamp. I always have. Even when I'm working on my own here, I always stand to stamp. Do you use a stamp positioner? That's quite a good thing. They're quite good. There's some are better than others, aren't they? I don't yet, but I'm getting there. The old eyes, isn't it? Right, so, but I think what I'll do is I'll take a bit of copy paper and then I'll do the big one first. Yeah, come on then, because this is the most important part. Oh look, I've got ink on it. Oh rats! It's all right though. You'll never know because I'm going to cover that up. Look, it's got. I bet that's why Dee put this there. I bet there's a great big blue smear under there. Right. Oh, where's that ink? Do you do that as well? Oh, always makes me laugh when presenters on telly, when they've made a bit of a Horlicks of it, or there's a big blob, they put their finger over it so you can't see it. It's like, you know, don't you? You might as well just show it off because everybody's seen it anyway. Right, so before you are going to lay this down, Gray, you've got to decide. Yeah, it's going to go there, right, over the D, bosh, right there. Okay. And now we'll link it up. Oh, this has got to be the oldest ink pad in my stash. Right, and relax. Right, nice, inky. Do you think we ought to try it first, season it, just get the ink, the stamp warmed up? Come on, let's just do this. Right, stamp it onto a bit of scrap first, just so you know we're going to be here a while, aren't we? I've just been thinking. Yeah, perfect. At this rate, what time's your bedtime? Eh? Because it's already 25 past. Oh, well, come on, don't matter. We're doing it. We're doing it. Oh, I've got ink on my fingers. Right, like that. Over the E. And plant. Right, that'll do. Yeah, got ink everywhere here. That's the trouble. Once you get ink somewhere, you get ink everywhere, don't you? Are you wearing? You're not wearing a pajamas and an apron, are you? You're not. Tell me you're not. Right. Hopefully that worked. Hey? Oh, press hard. Why am I pressing so hard? Right, that'll do. Cool. Good enough. Okay, that's that one. Leave that out of the way. And now we do the little one. And we're going to pop the little one up there. That'd be nice. Yeah, I reckon. Through the M, like that. Through the M. There. Just got to know, haven't you? Don't want to overlap them, get too busy. Okay. Right, you ready? Cool. It's so good to have your company. Now, let's see what we got going on here. What did I want to do? See, you've got to kind of get a wriggle on. This is always the way, isn't it? You'd stamp it on a bit of scrap, right? Stamp it on a bit of scrap, and you just go ink, stamp. And then when you're stamping it on your actual artwork, you dither. And you start hovering over the work, levitating. And in that moment, the ink, the fast-drying archival ink, starts drying on your stamp. And so how many times have you said to yourself, why is it? It always works on the scrap. But then when I go and do it on the real thing, it doesn't work. And it's because we dither, you see? We do. We levitate, and then and the ink has dried on the stamp, and then we press it down. It's like, see, every time, never works. So that's why it's a good idea. Top tip. It's a good idea to decide where you want to position it before you ink it up. And then you go. It's all about the speed with a fast drying ink pad. If you don't like using archivals, there is another sort of ink pad. They do lovely colours as well. I mean, I've just always gone with Ranger because I've always had a really good relationship with Ranger. Versafine. These are slower drying. They're good too. They don't dry as quickly, right? But they're permanent also. And the other thing is, if you're stamping on parchment, really, this will take forever to dry. It takes forever. This is the better one if you're stamping on parchment. So there you go. That was that. Now let's have a look. Are you ready to do the next thing? I think we need. Have you got like a tissue or something? You can't use your pajamas. Like a bit of paper towel or something like that. Hey. Right. What you need is a little bit of paper towel or something. Just a little piece, and you're going to wipe because you've stamped onto the mask, haven't you? So what we're going to do, you see, because you've done that, what you've got to do is just make sure that the ink is dry now. See, because it's stamped on here, you just want to get rid of it. Like, just wipe it away, so that when you go over it in a minute with your brush, suddenly it's not all blue. Okay. I mean, it does dry on there eventually, but it's a good idea to just get rid of it like that. Okay, tidy, tidier. Tidy. That's Linda Williams' expression, tidy. We're having a coffee morning on Wednesday. Is Linda in the building? Linda, are you there? We decided to have a coffee morning on Sunday to celebrate our open day festival. So if you want to join us for a coffee, you can keep your pyjamas on. Hey? Keep your pyjamas on. Be fine. We're just going to hang out together, two girlfriends, talking about things, just stuff. Right, so we've done that one. Now, what do we need to do next? The next thing we need to do is the background, this bit, that brownie colour. Right, get your brushes out. Have you got a brush? What have we got? Right, we've got a brush. I'm using one of our clarity brushes, Dynamite, and I'm using the old parchment. It is called old parchment. It's not old, the old parchment. Right. So I'm going to use the old parchment. That's good colour, good colour. There's another colour like this in the Distress inks, which is pretty good. What is it? Antique linen. There you go. Antique linen for the Ranger. Not Distress Oxide. Right, so load up your brush and then let's see if it works. Yeah. Subtle. Subtle means old ink pad. This is TV speak for dried up ink pad. It's very subtle. Okay. Right, and what we're going to do now is sweep like that across the words. Yeah, that'll work. Here we go. You can't. Is that working? Yeah, it is. Right, sweeping that way, sweeping that way. It's catching a bit of the blue. I knew it would, even though I wiped it clean. Never mind. Right, just get some of that darker, that old parchment going through the middle there. Or antique linen, if you've got that one. I've got both. Oh, I'm going to go with this one. Right. That'll do. I think we got... Yeah, I think that'll do. Hey? What do you think? Just sweep it all through. Come round the bottom here. Bit more. Right, that'll do. Just get a bit of depth going. Is it working? I know it looks a bit cheesy at the moment, but it's not over, is it? You can't judge a piece of artwork when you're not even a quarter of the way through it. You know, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, and I haven't even started yet. Right, there you go. See, the thing about the masks, this is the best part of it. Let's have a look. If we wipe this through here a little bit, because there's loads of this ink now loading up on the masks as well, so we can just sweep them out a little bit. Is yours working? Mine looks a little bit dirty. Be all right though. A bit dark. I think I went a bit too heavy. Never mind. Next time I'll know not to be so heavy-handed with my ink. That'll do, because we're going to go around the outside with that ink as well. You got it? Yeah, that'll do. Okay, I'm looking at Dee's. Hers is smudged as well. That makes me feel better. Right, alrighty. So we've done that. Are we happy with that? Now, let's have a look. Before we move to the next challenge, right, let's do the next thing, because now what we want to do is take those little stamps. Have you got those little bits and pieces? Right, let's see if this works as well. So what we're going to do is see if we can get some flowers going. Yeah, this is going to look nice. See, so if you stamp, see, that's why. If you don't make it too dark, you can see it. If you make it too dark, then you can't see it until it's further away from the depth. But actually, that looks really good. Look, you won't be able to see where I'm stamping here. You do your own. Right, get these little swirls. Yeah. Now, right, just keep building it up with the same old parchment on the old parchment. And where I've done it too dark, she said here, which is, never mind. okay? Doesn't matter. It's of no consequence. We're just having a bit of fun, right? But what you'll see is you're adding like a little bit of, just do it and then you'll get the effect, okay? Just adding a bit of depth with the same colour. Same on same. Let's call it that. SOS. Right, what have we got here? This is quite good too. Right, so we just add a bit of depth. We don't want to put another colour on it. We're filling up the wreaths with, you see, don't want to overcook it really. Dee's going to go, that'll do. I can hear Dee in the background. All right, I can hear you. Keep your hair on. She's going, not so much. I know. See in the background? Just a hint. A hint. That's what we'll call it. A hint. Now, once we've done that, right, I'll let you catch up. Yeah? You've done that. And the next thing we want to do, now we've done all that, is we need now we're going to reverse. So let's just make sure that we've done everything we need to do. We've put them, hang on to them because we're going to use them again in a minute. Okay. So we've done that. Get your lid on there. Done that. Wipe all this off a bit so we know. You see now, when you take your mask away, see it's ever so white. So you can't see how good it looks until it's finished. Right, now get your mask. Now comes the real challenge. Get your mask. And what we'll do is we're going to put this over the top of this now. So, what do I think? I think we'll take this one off first. So we've done everything we want to do. So now gently get your finger underneath and gently lift your mask off there. So we've done all our, yeah, look, that looks pretty good. See? It's nice. It's nice. It's that negative thing again, isn't it? Negative art where you focus on the back. Right, turn that round so that it's looking at your sticky side up. Right, and leave it. Just leave it. Okay. Everybody happy? Linda is in the room, but not crafting along as she doesn't like inky fingers, don't we know that? Nice to have your company, Linda. See you Sunday. Right, now you really, to be honest, this bit. Right, you ready? Now we're going to cover up. Let me show you what we're headed towards. Right, now what we've got to do is this. So we're going to cover up all that and we're going to put the outside, we're going to isolate the word dream so we can add that little flash of blue down the bottom, right? Okay, here we go. So at this point, you probably, let's see if we can do this in one sweep. Right, so we've got that bit. Don't lose the middle bits of the letters. You're going to need them as well. And then what we'll do is, right, let me show you. We're going to hold this and then you're going to sweep down. Oh, come on, Gray. You know you can do this. Sweep down. That's stuck. Oh, I've got a better idea. Sweep up. Right, really. Go the other way. It's easier. And then what we're going to do is sweep. I don't want to get my head in the way, but you see, I'm not pressing hard. And as I sweep, when I get to where the letter, see, it's still quite difficult to go back on yourself. But I reckon that could be it, Gray. Oh my God, it worked first time. Boom, in the back of the net. Oh, there's a little bit of an air bubble there. Oh, come on, Gray. That's it. Press that into place. It's good enough. It's good enough. It's a card. It's not a mural. Right, got that. So did you see, right, I'll repeat that again slowly because it actually worked quite well. From the bottom, and then as you pull it down, you keep it taut, and as you pull it down, I tell you what, now is the point at which I wish we had like 100 cameras going, and there'd be like 100 people going, oh, hang on a minute, it's stuck, don't move, I'm not done. Don't rip it, okay? And don't forget, the trick is, if it's not doing your bidding, then de-tack it. Just put it on your apron or your pajamas and de-tack it a little bit, and then it'll be a lot smoother. This is a new mask. That's why it's a little bit sticky. Once you've used them a few times, the masks, they kind of, I wouldn't say they lose their tack a little bit, but that's when they're much easier to use. Yeah. Right. Now we need to put these bits in. So where did I put my tweezers? How are we doing? Are we nearly done? You happy? Right. Now let's put this in. I think I'm better off with my fingers, to be fair. Hang on. Put that there. Right. I need to get over the top, so forgive me. I'm going to go into this camera. Right, there you go. And then I can come in over the top. It's a lot easier. Who's... How many of you are left-handed? How many of you are right-handed? I bet there's a lot more right-handers than there are left-handers. It's always been that way, hasn't it, lefties? Hey? Us lefties, we're definitely in the minority. We sure are. Right, here we go. Nice, nice. So pop that on there. And then the last little bit is that little bit in the A. You got it? Cool. Oh, hang on a minute. I've lost you, Paul. Carol's brother is in hospital, loving every minute. You've converted him into a shacker. Well, Carol's brother, I hope that you're making a good recovery. I hope that you're doing well. What's with all these brothers that are... My brother's not well either. His back went out. He's been in agony for a fortnight. Yeah, he's been really bad, but he didn't have to go to hospital. Carol's brother, I hope that you're doing all right, my friend. Here you go. The shack. Yeah, it's been quite a thing, the shack, hasn't it? It's one of the, I would say, probably one of the more meaningful things that I have done in my career as a crafter. I've really, yeah, you know when you do something and it's got a bit of substance to it, a bit of meaning. It has to me. Not for any other reason than that it's sort of the right thing to do. Now let me see, where's the... Oh, I'm looking for the bit of paper. Right. Okay, this is... this is still sticky, isn't it? This is still sticky, this one. So I'm going to take my wax paper, my carrier sheet. Rather than try and lay it down, just put the wax paper on it and it will hold it. That will hold it nicely just for now and while we're working with this one. Right, so that's that done. That's that. And I'm going to use Morning Dew. What did... Aha! So Dee used Tumble Glass Distress Ink. I'm using Morning Dew. Tumble Glass, if you've got it, I'm using this one. Same sort of colour. Let's see what it does. See what Morning Dew does. Well, it's very... This is another very subtle one, isn't it? Hang on, let's see if this one's a bit better. That's better. Okie dokie. Right, in we go. And what we're going to do now with this one is we're going to just add a bit of colour along the bottom. I don't want to smear too much. I mean, it's all right smearing on the blue, on the M, because it's not got anything to catch. Right, you just got to be careful when you smear up that you don't catch these bits. See? So down around this bit, I might just dab a little bit. So we're going to put a little bit of an accent in here. Is this, am I doing the right one? What am I doing here? Yeah, this is it. It's been a long day, you know. Have you found, we've had, I don't know where you are in the world, but in England, we've had some really stormy weather. And I have had some stonking headaches this week. And I think a lot of it has to do with the weather, the barometric pressure. You wake up with these headaches on top of everything else that's going on. Right. My one is working well now. So you're just using the makeup sponge or a spot-on sponge. The spot-on sponges are pretty good that we sell. and you make a toadstool so that you got a round, so there's not a line, right? And I'm pretty much using the mask as a kind of a landing, you know, like a launch pad. Yeah, that'll do. Now I can just pound it through, because this colour that I'm using, Morning Dew, it's ever so light. Ever so light. It's a little bit turquoisier than Dee's tumbled glass. She's got more blue going on. I've got a bit more of a tealy. Be nice though. Something different. What are you using? I bet you're. I think I told you to use Morning Dew. Sorry, Dee. We're all going turquoise here. Right, that'd be nice. Okay. That works, doesn't it? How are we doing? So we've done that as well. Right result. So what's the next thing we need to do? Let's have a look. I'll let you catch up. And in the meantime, we're going to go to the next stage. Right, so the next stage, well, we've got a little bit of this and a little bit of that to do now. So how about we do a bit of colouring in? Should we do a bit of colouring in? Yes. Let's do some colouring in. Right, ready? So now we're going to lift this one off. Right, let's have a go. I think we're going to lift this off. Gently does it. Right, round we go. It's all right. Imagine you had to cut it out. Masks are pretty cool. Don't put them in the sun though. Don't put them in the sun because they shrink. And then you go to put them on your stamp and they're smaller than the stamped image because the stamps don't shrink. How does she know these things? Well, how does she know these things? Put them in the sun, didn't I? Put it on the window ledge, got back, and it was shrunk severely. So put these in somewhere where they don't sit in the warm sun. Right, so now what I'm doing to realign them on my, see, so I take my two-finger trick, go like that. Right, so now I've got that one in place, haven't I? And now I've got to put this one in place. So I'm just going to relocate this. It's just, if you look after the masks, they'll last you ages. But if you aren't careful with them, then they won't last you ages. It's straightforward, really. But they're so useful. And they're useful on their own without the stamp even. Right, there you go. We've even got a set of masks. Hang on, that's a bit of a blister there. That's it. We've got a set of masks like this. All the words on their own. Do you remember we used the masks before we brought the stamps out? Very handy they are. Let's use these bits as well. Right, you don't lose those bits, do you? Right, so this is looking quite good. Right, that'll do. Right, you're going to settle in for a bit of colouring now. Oh, don't lose this bit, Barbara. That's the best bit of the A. I mean, if push came to shove, you could always cut a piece out again. Right, that'll do. Okay, done that. Got that, got that. How's yours looking? Is it working? All right, now it's time to colour. Colouring. So let's get the stamps out of the way. We don't need them anymore now. Now we're going to need the butterflies though. So put them somewhere safe. We won't stamp the butterflies out just yet. We'll do that afterwards. Let's do a bit of colouring. Chill time. It's chill time. Get your colouring pencils out. Hey, stretch your neck. There you are. And now we're going to do some colouring. You got your polychromos? Doesn't matter. You can use any pencils. It's just whatever colour you want to go with. If you use black around the outside, you can do what you like. Any colourways. I just like I'm just going with what Dee told me to do. Works, doesn't it? Beautiful colours. I like teals and blues. Right. That's it. Okay, so let's have a look. You're going to follow my lead or you're going to do your own creation? You know, this would look superb as well, right? Pretend. This would look superb. Right, now imagine it autumnal. Imagine it all in oranges and browns and reds and burgundies. Wouldn't that look superb, eh? That would look lovely too. But we're going to go with B16. Right, here we go. B16. B4, I'm just going with all the blues. B4, light blue, dark blue. Then I went with B12. That's that brownie, light brown. You're using these as well? A18. Then I decided I was going to go, I was matching the colours that D used. And then I got B3 as well, which is a dark chocolate brown. And I pretty much have emulated her polychromos. She wrote on the back, I think. Where did she put it? No, she didn't write it on there. She did write it all out for me. Very, very, D is a very, very, which one is this? Butterfly wreath. There you go. Polychromos pencils. 184. Write this down if you want to use them. These are the numbers that she used. I know that some of you go, you're joking, aren't you? But some people really want to know this stuff. Right, you ready? Get a pen. 184, 180, 280, 145. These are the numbers of the pencils. 120, 144, 154, 149, 246. There you go. Those are the polychromos pencils that Dee used. You can use any colours you like, but if you want this, then that's what she's used. Okay, we're going to just go for it. Now let's have a look. I'll start with a light blue, and what we're going to do here is try and strike a bit of a balance. Oh, and then I grabbed a tealy one. I grabbed 156, which is not on her list. There you go. That'll do. Right. So what we're going to do is strike a balance. Okay. So pick a colour and let's just do a little bit of colouring. I'm doing the light blue and I'm going to use it in this. Let's go for it. It won't take long. But it's not a race. We're not going to rush it, are we? We've still got to do the butterflies as well. Are you happy to do this with me? This is the relaxing bit, the colouring. But what we've got to try and do, right, this is the thing. If we're going to do that light blue, then you've got to kind of strike a balance. If that's that light blue, then let's put some light blue in here, right? So you just, when I say strike a balance, I mean use the colour so that when you go with the dark blue, you spread it around evenly, you know. Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Let's put these, I'm going to use a blue in that one. Do you like colouring in? I love it. I find it very, very relaxing. That's the word. I find it extremely relaxing. Right, just get that light blue in. Can always add some shade afterwards, can't we? So I've got a bit of balance going on. I think I might put that one up there as well. There we go. Just get the colour in. Can always add the shade afterwards. That'll do. I'll put a little bit of blue in there. I think I've got a good balance there. What do you think? How about you? Is your balance working all right? Blue up there. Getting an overall idea, aren't we? I think I might put a bit of, I might use a teal actually. See, that teal's quite dark, that'll do. Now I'm going to go with the light blue. Come on, grey. Let's put a bit of light blue in there and then I might add a bit of teal. Because I've got the teal here, see? Because I used the morning dew, so I want to get a bit of a contrast there. Be all right, I'll use a bit of dark blue in a minute. That'll do. Let's pick a different colour. Let's go with a different colour now. Let's use some of the yellowy colour. That's quite nice. I think I'll go with a few leaves now. We'll come back afterwards. And we're just going to fill this up now, bit by bit, aren't we? Put a bit of leaf in there. Yeah. Don't you find when you do this kind of colouring, all the tension just leaves you? You find that? I do. Especially with something that's not so, it's not so crucial, you know. It's just add a bit of colour. It's just a card, you know. Do it nicely, but it's not. It's just a card. That's what I'm trying to say. You're not going to spend days colouring in a card, are you? Are you? Tell me not. Just add a bit of colour. I'm using the darker blue now, just to add a bit of depth to that flower. Do you make a lot of cards? Yes, Dave, I would love a cup of tea. This one's gone. Dave's asked whether I would like a cup of tea. I'd love a cup of tea, Dave, because this one's gone cold. You know what? It's comical. We've had a right laugh. Dave, our tea's been tasting of bleach. Like, it doesn't taste right. And we've tried to work out why. Whether it's the Yorkshire tea bags, we've tried PG tips, we've had a right little taste, like little tea connoisseurs that we are. What's wrong with the tea? We had about 6 cups of tea lined up on the counter, and we were testing them. This is what you do when you don't drink wine. Yeah. We were testing the tea because of the weird, and then we boiled the water in the pan because we decided it might be the kettle. And then God, dear, what a science. It's amazing what you can do. But it just didn't taste right, and it hasn't tasted right for days. But it's not the tea bags, we've decided. Trouble is, if you don't drink alcohol and you do drink a lot of tea, that's enough. It's like, well, hang on a minute, I don't want to drink tea that tastes like bleach. Who would? See, it's coming together now slowly. How's yours coming? I'm going to go with a darker blue now. Let's pack a bit of a punch grey. Light blue, dark blue shade. Takes time, doesn't it? We don't want to rush it though, do we? No. That's quite nice. See, a bit of shade. It's got them all there now. Bit of teal. Be interesting to see which colours you use. I'm thinking that I need to actually sharpen this one. It's a little bit difficult to get into the tiny detail. That'll do. Okay. Oh yeah, now I'm talking. That'll do. Nice. Yeah, I think I might do a bit of... I haven't tried the dark brown yet. What about you? Have you gone with any of the dark? I think I might go with the darker colours around this area here because it's a little bit ropey, isn't it? Have a look. Yeah, I think I need to go in there with a bit of that dark brown. Hey? Oh yeah, okay, here we go. That looks good. Can you see this all right, or do I need to come in a bit closer? She said an hour in. The viewers are liking the bird song in the background. Can you hear the birds? Oh yeah, you can. I wonder how our little fledgling, I'm sure it's fine. Don't you think? That little, we rescued a little bird, didn't we? That kept falling out of the nest, out of the honeysuckle, the nest in the honeysuckle. But I think we took it to the rescue hospital in the end because it just kept throwing, it was like a little kamikaze bird. It just kept lobbing itself out of the, it was like, it wouldn't stay in the nest. I think it was trying to fly, but it wasn't quite getting it. And so it kept throwing itself out of the nest. So in the end, we just took it down the rescue centre up the road. No, they're lovely people. Dedicated, aren't they? Now I've got, it was a blackbird apparently. It wasn't a thrush, although they said that thrushes and blackbirds are from the same family. But now we've got some blackbirds looking for their little kid, I think, out in the garden. Yeah, Paul, am I supposed to come in a bit closer, do you think, while we're colouring in? Or is this okay? Could you let me know? You're looking? Just tell me. It's going to look all right, this is. We're going to use that brown to put a drop shadow on that lettering as well. That dark brown. I haven't used much teal. There we go. Yeah, nice. Now, let's see if I could even get some shading going on in there. Nice. I think I might use a bit of that colour. Bit of a blend. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Okay. Yeah. Is yours coming together nicely? Takes some time, this, doesn't it? I like it, though. I like it. Think we need a bit more colour? No, I think you've just got to persevere with the same colours, haven't you? See, now this round the outside, what we did with that really subtle background, that actually looks really nice now. I'm liking that. Right, there we go. Yeah. Cool. And breathe, eh? Looks good. That looks nice. Right, we'll do a bit of that as well. I think we're going to go with a little bit of yellowy, that yellowy colour. Let's do a yellowy one here. Hey, how are we doing for time? See, it's only 8:05. That's great. And then what we can do is, when we've done this, well, we don't want to finish it that quickly, do we? It's going to be lovely when it's done. Hey, what do you think? Get some colours in. See, I like having it sort of tone in tone. What do you think? Do you like that as well? See, that one's almost done now. I think I'm going to put a dark blue one in there. Do you like doing it tone in tone? I mean, you could make this real summery, couldn't you? Just do loads of all colour, really like a rainbow, like the bunting around the outside here. Right, Paul says you can all see fine. So there you go. That's fine. Oh, I can hear tea on the steps. Is that a cup of tea coming, I hear?
Aye.
Thank you very much, young sir. Yeah. Very good of you. Thank you very much, Dave. Is it coming together nicely?
Coming together beautifully.
Thank you very much.
People from all over the world watching.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Wonderful.
There we are.
Spill it.
No, we're not going to spill it. It's a bit hot to drink, though, at the moment, dear.
You know, the cats are sitting outside the door here listening.
Are they?
Both of them. Hanging on your every word.
Oh.
Here they are, look.
Don't let them in, for crying out loud. Dave just said that the cats are sitting outside the door. We're listening to me. Bless. Right, let's get some teal going on over here. Some drama. There we go. I've got to go and look now. Do you want to see one of the cats? Have we got time? Have we got time? What else are we going to do? Let's see if they're out there. Let me see if the cat's out there while you're colouring in. I bet they follow Dave now. Oh, look, he is out here.
They are here.
Oh, look, both of them are. Do you want to come in? Come and say hello. Whee! I could take one in. Have I brought? Come on then. Come and say hello. Oh, don't get nervous. Oh, look, he doesn't. I've got Eric. Here we go. Come and say hello. Who have you got? Ragnar?
Ragnar.
Right, come on then. Right, say hello. Here you are. There they are. There they are.
Tigers.
So this is Eric. Hey,
This is
Eric.
Ragnar.
And this is Ragnar. These are our two bookends. I told you they were identical. The only way I can tell which one I've got is from the tail, isn't it?
He's not very.
He's a little bit. Look, say hello.
Oh, no.
He's the friendlier one, aren't you?
Sometimes.
Do you want to take them both?
I've got them. Bye.
See you later, guys. Well, there you go. That was Ragnar and Eric. Thank you, David. They were sitting outside the door. Hey, there you go. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They are our joy. But fancy them sitting outside the door, eh? And it's not very nice weather at all. Let's keep going then. I just thought, well, there's an opportunity now because I'm always talking about them. I thought, well, let's just say a quick hello. Hey? Cats, so they've got their own mind, haven't they? They don't want to be picked up. And it's funny because Eric, the one that I had, he hangs around me all day. Ragnar, he's off. He's off irritating the neighbours or something. I don't know. He just disappears for hours and hours. And Eric, he hangs around me all day. And then at night, he's gone. He disappears. Don't know where he goes. He's probably got a girlfriend. He's off. We don't see him for hours. And that's when Ragnar's in, you know. But they are so identical. They really, really are. And the only way that you can tell them apart, really, is by their personalities, which is quite lovely, really. And for those of you who don't know, one of our friends, Gina B, she's a very talented artist. She's a button lady on the craft channel, you know, on the craft store. Gina, we've been friends for years. And in the summer last year, during lockdown, she and Mark, they live up sort of Grantham area, that area. They found these abandoned, these little cats had been, little kittens were born and they were abandoned. And the problem was, they were abandoned by their mum, but the problem was that they, Gina and Mark have got a little dog that wasn't very friendly to the little kittens, and they were worried. It was very difficult. It was a little terrier, little Jack Russell, and they were worried that it was going to kill the little kittens, and so they were looking for a home, and they didn't really. And so I Facebooked. This is the story. See, here's the Jack and Ori. There's always a Jack and Ori. There's always a story, and so I messaged Gina, and I said we'd like to take them. Because we've always had cats, but we just haven't had cats for a couple of years because, you know, they died and then the kids went, they left home and then the dogs died and it's like, and all the animals have gone to Rainbow Bridge and in the end you think, oh, do you want to, My mum doesn't particularly like cats. So, and then I thought, well, sod it. We're going to get these cats. So, and Gina said, yeah, fantastic. So we went up to Grantham and we brought them home. And so we've had them since they were like 8 weeks old. And they're little orphans. They're our little Vikings. Our little Viking cats. And Gina and Mark, they called them, because they're little troopers really, and they gave them these exquisite names, which I just think are fantastic names. Ragnar and Eric, the Vikings. Eric the Red and Ragnar Lothbrok. Hey, have you watched the Vikings on the telly? I haven't watched it personally, because we'd started and it was a little bit too violent for me. I thought, I don't know. Maybe I was feeling super sensitive at the time or something. I don't know, but it didn't do me any good. So, but I did pick up on. And then my mum said, "You should watch Kirk Douglas in the Vikings from like the film from the 50s or 60s, because that." She said, "Your cats are in that." That's more my speed. Yeah. Is it coming together? Because it was so pretty, doesn't it now? I think I'll do that one in dark blue. So you don't need loads of colours. Just half a dozen different colours. There. Nice, eh? Can I put a dark blue in there? Bit of contrast. Yeah. So there you go. Now you know the rest of the story. That's where the cats came from. Beautiful little things. The kids haven't seen them yet. Grace and Mark haven't been home, so they haven't seen them except on FaceTime. But they're coming home soon. All things, well, hopefully anyway. The flights are booked. But I'm ever the optimist. I'm going to assume that they're coming. Yeah, that's the way to do it. The kids, when I say that, Grace lives in New York, so she'll be listening now. She's tuned in, aren't you, Gracie? She'll be there. And then and Mark, he's in San Francisco. We used to live in Monterey. Mark was born in Monterey. See, there's always a story. It's a Jack and Ori. Mark was born in Monterey. I left my heart in Monterey. If you've ever been to Monterey, California, you will understand me. It is just a beautiful place. Yeah. So Mark was born there. And Grace was born in Germany, in Nuremberg. Yeah. So that's a lovely city too. Nuremberg. Sehr schön. Sehr schöne Stadt. But they've both got British passports. And they've both got American passports, which is a good thing. It's a good thing to give kids, dual citizenship. Can't buy it, that's for sure. Well, can't afford it, put it that way. Right, so now I've coloured, I think I've just about coloured in both wreaths. How about you? Have you? Doesn't that look nice? So mine is a little bit tealier than, yeah, but it's okay. I'm happy with that. This is these. Right, so what we need to do now is that brown drop shadow. So I'm going to use the dark brown, but I think before I do that, I've got another brown. I've got a lighter brown. And I think what I'll do is I'll just establish where I'm going to put the drop shadow. Let's get that brown going first. Right, let's just do this. Lightly, lightly. Just go down like that. Okay. I'm gonna come down that side like that. Yeah, so what we're doing is, it's always on this side of the letter, See, gonna bring it in on that side of the letter. Take your time doing this. Don't ruin your artwork now after all this work. I'm not happy with what I'm doing here. Right, slow down, Craig. Come on. Lightly does it. I'm not sure about the colour I'm using. I think I might prefer the darker. But the good news is I should be able to rub this out. Let me make sure I haven't got any funny colours on my... Let me take that out again. See, that's one of the best parts, is you can actually lift the colour out again if you're not happy with it. Not happy with it? Change it. Right. Now, let's go again. But I think, well, now I've started with that colour, I'm going to have to put at least an undercoat, a really light undercoat down. So do a little tiny whisper of this colour, because in a minute I'm going to have to blend it. Right, drop shadow. You're using the dark. I recommend you use the darker brown, because this looks a bit gingery. Right, that'll do. That's right. This will be all right. Right, have a look. Yeah. And then underneath here as well, just get a bit of that going, just so you know where you're going, really, isn't it? Right, this will work nicely. Okie dokie. And then that M there, you just got to establish the shadow, really. It's always on the same side, see? It's on that side of the letter, so it'll be here, here. What do I think? Yeah, that'll do. There. Okay, you got your drop shadow in place yet? Right, now I'm going in with the dark brown. Oh, brace yourself, Rodney. Right, here we go. Start lightly. Okay, gently does it. Don't press so hard. Oh yeah, now it's getting there. Right, gently does it. Take your time. You don't want to screw it up after all this. Yeah, nice. This is where those, you know, the grey polychromos that we're always using. This is where they come in handy with this kind of thing. But it doesn't always have to be grey, does it? We do grey ad. That's all we ever do is grey drop shadow. So it's quite nice to do something darker and browner. Try something different. There. This is looking cool. Is your artwork coming together nicely? Everybody happy? Drink your tea before it goes cold. Oh, okay. Good thinking. Thank you. I have to tell you, Nancy, in the USA, thank you for reminding me to drink my tea before it goes cold. Two of my friends, you know, Debbie and Jill. Right, here we go. Here's the rest of the story. So I'm getting bombarded here, right, with texts. They don't realise that we're on that we're doing this Facebook Live craft along. So in New Mexico, we have a house in a little town called Mountain Air, right? And the girls, they went in that they live in Texas, which is the next state down from New Mexico. And they have gone up to Albuquerque and to Santa Fe. So for the last 2 days, they've been sending me pictures. This is my old haunt, New Mexico, right? So they've been sending me pictures from Albuquerque, and I know exactly where they are, and I know what galleries they're in. Anyway, so this morning, they went in a hot air balloon over Albuquerque. Really lucky girls. And then this afternoon, they said they were going to go to Mountain Air, where our house is. And that's where they are. So I hooked them up, or Dave and we hooked them up with a dear friend of ours, Claudio. And so I've been on, while we've been doing this, I just got a message saying, we met, because we hooked them up with Claudio. We met Claudio, and he's such a nice guy, and he's given them a tour of the old schoolhouse because he's the keeper of the keys. And yeah, so while we're doing this, that's the rest of the Jackanory. Yeah. They're in the old schoolhouse and they're investigating it. And I can't wait to see I bet they've had a blast with Claudio. Yeah. And I wonder if they went to the Schaefer Hotel for lunch, whether it was open or not. I wonder whether it's even open anymore, whether it's survived. You know, I didn't I don't know. I don't know. We haven't been back for we haven't been able to get there for a couple of years because of it's awful, really. Yeah, but they're there, which is so. It feels so nice to have two close friends. Yeah, it's so cool. And you know, it's just nice to know that the house is got a bit of life in it. There. Doesn't that look good with a drop shadow? Are you keen on your drop shadow? I'm liking mine now. I wasn't so keen on it when it was that gingery colour, but I quite like it now. And then what I think I'm going to do is just smooth it out a little bit. Can you smooth it out a bit so it's not quite so sharp? Yeah, you see, just small circular motions. Isn't that lovely? Do you know what I particularly like? Is this background. Debbie is in the room. No way. Do you mean to tell me that Debbie from Mountain Air, she's in the room? No way. Debbie. Have we got internet there at the house now? It's always rubbish before. Let's have a look. Now I've got a look. Oh, look. There you go. Yeah, look, I've got, look, I've got to show you. Debbie's, look, she's in the kitchen. Oh my God, Debbie, this is my artwork. They're my art boxes. Wow. Oh, look. Oh, I'm good. Don't get emotional. Yeah. Oh, look. There's Jill. She's found my brushes and my paints. Oh. Make yourself at home, Jill. Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. Look at that for a kitchen. I'm telling you, the old schoolhouse. Oh, can you believe? Look at that. What a place, eh? That's our living room. Look at the size of that room. It's like a football stadium. Look, it's an old schoolhouse. Do you know? Don't ask me why I bought it. It was cheap. It was just in a beautiful place. It's the most beautiful place you've ever been to. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And Claudio is lovely, and yeah, he is very lovely. The thing about the house in New Mexico, I mean, it was in a different life. You know, I bought this 20 years ago, and fancy Debbie Berry. Look, Grace has just said Debbie Berry's in the building. Debbie Berry's in the building. This is so exciting. I hope that you don't mind my having a quick look. Yeah, absolutely incredible. I was looking out the corner of my eye, and then suddenly it said Debbie's in the room. Thank you so much for indulging me and letting me just hang out with my friends for a split second. Yeah, isn't that great? Okay, so we've got that done. Are we ready to? Can we do the butterflies? Do you want to do the butterflies as well, or have you had enough? Have you had a couple? Hang on to your pencils. Going to need them to colour in the butterflies. Now, with the butterflies, what we need. You ready? Come on, drink your tea, and then we'll keep going. Let's have a look. Well, I'll be blowed. Debbie and Jill. They discovered my craft stash at the old schoolhouse. Because when I go there, all I do is draw and craft and go for walks. Why would you do anything else? And then we go to Santa Fe and we go to the galleries. Why wouldn't you? You know, if you've ever been to Santa Fe, you will understand. It's just wall-to-wall galleries. It's like next to New York, there are more galleries, there's more art concentrated in Santa Fe But anywhere else, the only other place is New York. It's just supreme for an arty person. And it's got that lovely Mexican Spanish feel as well. Right, let's have a look now. We need to stamp onto some paper that's gonna, yeah, let's just stamp onto some paper. So we'll look and decide what paper we want to stamp onto. Have you got something like this? I think that's the one. That looks pretty cool. It's busy, but it will work, you know, won't it? What else could we use? That one would work. They'd all work. You pick one. Pick a paper, any paper. I think I might go with a bit of a lighter one. I wonder if that would work. Yes, it's got that nice tealy colour. I'm going with this one, just for a change. Let's take that out. Well, fancy that. That's made my day. That's totally made my day. Yeah. Because we've often said that, you know, with Debbie and Jill living in Texas, I mean, it's still an 8-hour drive. It's not around the corner. You know what I mean? But we've always said, oh, when we're in Mountain Air, when we're in New Mexico, you ought to come. Now, I need that blue again. You ought to come, and then we could hang out together. But we're always like ships that pass in the night, you know. Now we need to let's do the butterflies. We're going to stamp them into an area of there. We won't waste not, want not, because we're going to cut them out. So stamp one. Nice. Oh, hello. This ink pad's definitely had it. It's broken. And then I'll stamp the other one. Lovely. Okay. And I'm going to colour them in while they're here, because we won't put too much colour on them, but just a little bit. Okay. So we'll do a little bit of colouring, just so that they stand out. Otherwise they're going to disappear, aren't they? So I think I'll go with a little bit of that yellow and that browny colour. Let's have a look. I'm going to go with this colour here. And they're easier to colour in while they're on the page. Yeah, definitely. I think that's definitely the way to go. And then we'll colour them in. Then we'll cut them out, sorry, Barbara. Multitasking, that's what this is. Right. Are you still with me, or have you given up? Hey, have we given up? No, you haven't, have you? Come on, what else are you going to do? There's nothing on the box. Right, there we go. So on the blogs today, we had some pretty cool giveaways, I think. Grace is all over that. I think I did about 3, and Grace, you did some on something on the Clarity Matters blog as well, didn't you? That's pretty cool. See, they're coming out now. Where's that dark brown? I'm going to use that dark brown here. Yeah, just to... Nice. Because you've got the colour from the paper, so you don't want to colour it all in. Otherwise, we might as well have done it on white. But this will look cool. Yeah, see, a bit of shadow. Nice. There you go. Yeah, that'll do. Doesn't have to go. Should we do the body? I'll do the body in yellow, I think. Where's that yellowy colour? Nice. That'll do. Right, other one as well. What's the time? 8:30. That's not too bad, with all the waffling and everything as well. Hey? What do you think? So if we finish this one, we finish this card, should we carry it right through to completion? We shall, shan't we? I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? We normally never complete anything, do we? Let me just check whether my batteries are all right. I think they are. The batteries are all right. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. So we've got a little bit of colour. Certainly easier to do this when the butterflies are still on the big page. See? A bit of camouflage almost. Have you got butterflies in your garden yet? Have they started yet? We have. We've had some this week. Beautiful. Yeah, nice. Look. See, this looks rather nice. You know, this would look, you know what would look really nice? Look how subtle that is against this background. This would look really pretty, like covered and then chopped up into, wouldn't that look nice? If you did this all over and then cut it up and then stamped like, you know, our sticker stamp words, like something like in bold, like intermittently. Look, I'm going to do it. I don't. Let me just find a black ink pad so I can show you what I'm talking about. I'm sure I've got a black ink pad here somewhere. Oh, look, they're right in front of me. I'll show you what I mean, and then you decide whether it's rubbish or not, because I'm going to cut this out anyway, so it doesn't matter. But pretend you had butterflies all over this, right, all random. I mean, I can't stamp right across the butterfly because that will spoil what I'm doing. But then you could do, like, you are beautiful. Look, do you see what I'm getting at? So you could, this looks so nice. On designer paper, you think it would be too busy, but look, you see? And then you could do a couple of butterflies, and they're just really subtly coloured in. But if you did all random, you are beautiful, butterflies, and then you chopped it up so you could see the that bit, or and butterflies, or you are beautiful, and they know, you know what it says. You don't have to have the whole thing. But what a beautiful, you know, for notelets or something, that would look so gorgeous. Really nice, actually. Now, okay, are we here? Right, cutting out. Have you got a good pair of scissors? Oh, I've got a good pair of scissors. And do you know where I bought these good pair of scissors? Cheap as chips. They're my favourite cutting out scissors. And I bought them in Albuquerque in Hobby Lobby for pennies, for cents. That's where I got these. And they're my favourite scissors. And they went missing for years. I don't know where they went. Right, we're going to cut these butterflies out now. They were gone. And I was bereft. I was like, where are my scissors? And then all of a sudden they turned up again. I thought I'd lost them at a workshop. I thought someone had snaffled them. So I had this heaving resentment for years. Somebody's nicked me favourite Hobby Lobby scissors. And then they turned up again, and I felt guilty. I thought, oh, hang on a minute. I just lost them, basically. Right, actually, do you know what's going to be easier? Is to cut the whole thing out like that, rather than fanny about with the whole great big... Right, let's do this. Okay. Right, come on. I'm going to not worry about cutting out the... Do we have to cut out the antennae? The aerials? I remember being on telly once with a presenter. I don't remember which presenter it was. I'm going to knock out... I'm not bothering with the aerials. And she kept calling the... the butterflies antennae. She kept calling them aerials. Right. Here we go. I think I need better glasses. It's raining. Hope the cats have gone in. Oh, don't go so fast, Barbara. Take your time. Have you ever tried left-handed scissors? Oh, you left-handers. It's impossible, isn't it? I remember somebody bought me a pair of left-handed scissors because they thought they were doing me a favour. And it doesn't work, does it? It just does not work. I think after a lifetime of using right-handed scissors, it just is impossible. It doesn't work at all. Do you know, and for the longest time with the stamps, when we first started making the stamps, I mean, now we have a different process. We invested in a big, brilliant process from America. And we've got these big American machine, and the stamps come automatically cut out now. We don't have to cut them out. But I'm telling you, for 15 years, at least, longer than that, 20 years, I cut out every single stamp, and my hands were they're still permanently, that finger's still bent in the wrong direction because of the right-handed scissors. This finger's still a bit wonky from just cutting in the wrong direction for so many years. So I've done that butterfly. You got the other one as well. Pretty, pretty. Hey? Come on then. Do this one. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well, isn't it? Come on then. I've got another. Don't. I've got another pair of glasses here. Me Dame Edna's. I can't wait. Well, I can. I'm going to have to. Oh, that's better. I'm really looking forward to being allowed to go back to New Mexico and breathe in that open space. It's quite a magnificent state. It's very poor. I mean, if you were in the shack, if you join us in the shack, you'll know I've often spoken about New Mexico, and it's a brilliant place, really. They call it the land of enchantment, and not without reason, you know. It really is enchanting. When you get there, it takes a couple of days to sort of unwind, really, because you come from a really... There's a pace of life in this country which is just getting faster and faster. I don't know. And then when you get there, everything just slows down. It's a real wonderful sort of, it's a sort of a manana. Well, it's too bloody hot to chase around for a start. It does get warm. There. So I've got my two little butterflies without the aerials. Hey? No, I'm not going to use aerials in this one. Right, so let's have a look now. I reckon this is going to look pretty. So that one's going to go there. Oh, yeah. See, because I picked out the brown. I quite like that. I could still put a little flash of blue in the butterflies. I bet that would look all right as well. Right, let's have a look. If I just added a flash of blue. Oh, yeah. We could do that afterwards, couldn't we? See? Oh, yeah, that's the way to go. That's the way to do it. Because then they kind of tie in nicely. I like blue and brown together, don't you? There you go, look. Bingo. I like blue and brown together. I think they're good colours. There you go. Does this mean when I put my pyjamas on in a minute, we're going to run across the garden in the rain? Oh, all right then. It's all right. I can do it. Right, now we need this border. Right, so what we're going to do now, okay, we're going to finish this, aren't we? Have you got a piece of this? Can you cut a piece that measures 7 inches? Can you? So you need a piece that goes from one end of the 7 inches, like the designer paper, and it's got to be about, I don't know, an inch. Just a panel. Come on, I've got a, have you got a trimmer? Not a strimmer, a trimmer. I have got one. Have you got a trimmer? Or a craft knife or something? I need to just get in there. Right, I'm gonna cut a panel that is, I think 1 inch is probably enough, like that. Hey? I like that we're actually finishing the project, because we don't usually, do we? Cool. That'll do. I might have to use that again in a minute. Now, let's have a look. Okay, so we've got that. Why is that so brown along there? Don't know. I've got a lovely colour along there. I wonder how I've managed that. Am I using a different one here? Hang on. Yeah, I am. I thought, how did I manage to get that brown along there? Right, that's better. Yeah. Okay, so I'm back to the one I was working on. I thought, blimey, that doesn't even look like mine. There. So now that goes on there, and I've got to trim that off there. I'll do that afterwards. So let's, okay. Right, you ready? So now what we need is a glue runner. Have you got one of these? So we'll stick this down now. We won't worry about, well, what you, no, don't worry. We're getting pedantic now. Just put your butterflies to one side. Right, ready? Then we'll stick this down on there like that. But then what we're going to do is trim the whole thing back a bit. Look, it's a little bit smaller than that, so we're going to cut it all back in. Right. Actually, before we do that, hold on. I've just had a thought. Right, get your brush and your old parchment out again. Have you got your old parchment there? Are we doing this? Or am I the only one left? Oh, tell me I'm not. Hey, come on. We knew it was going to take ages. Right, come on, let's get a bit of... Oh, hang on a minute. Before I do that, yeah, right. It's just whether or not I want to... Do I want to use a blending tool? Nah, come on. Let's use a brush. Don't lose your butterflies, Gray. You'll be looking for them in a minute. Right, here we go. Use your brush. I mean, you could use a blending tool and then it'd be a lot darker, wouldn't it? But I reckon this will probably do the job as well. Hey? I'm just trying to decide whether I want to... See, you can't tell how much you do until you've come away from it, and then you see how much you're putting on the actual copy paper. I wonder. You could use a bit of blue as well, couldn't you? Just to... But the thing is, I'm doing this and I'm going to cut it all off again in a minute. But I'm still going to get a good edge because I'm coming in quite a bit. So this is a really easy way of getting that. You know when you want to make something look a bit aged so that it doesn't look snowy white? This is the colour that you're after. Old parchment. Right, it really works well because well, the clue's in the name really, isn't it? But it really does work well. Right, here we go. So we're just doing this round all four edges. If you wanted it to be darker, then what you would do, what you would do is to use a blending tool. Do you know what I'm talking about? On a blending mat, and it'd be a lot more intense, the colour. But you know what? This will do. This will do tonight. Because we've got to go and get our pyjamas on and get our cocoa. Look, you can see what a difference it makes. They're all looking at it like, what's happening? Paul, is anyone left? Or have you left the building as well? Well, I'm going to finish my card anyway. Right, so that's that. That'll do. You could do that till your arm fell off, couldn't you? Now, the next thing we want to do, hold on, is trim this back a little bit. So the decision I have to make now is whether I stick that on and then trim it back. Yeah, I do. Right. So now we'll stick this on. We'll attach this. Okay. With our glue runner. Right. So slowly does it. Let me come so it's not, you're not looking. Oh, what have I done? What have I just pressed? I've lost you all. What have I done? Hang on, let me get my other glasses on. I've lost the whole screen. Can you still see me, or have I done something stupid? Oh no, that's all right. Right. No, it's all right. We're still here. Are we still here, or have I just gone and pressed the stupid button? Oh, it's all too much. Right, slowly does it, and then click at the end, and turn it round, and then go again, and then down we go. Slowly does it. Give the glue runner a chance to work. Right, now we've got a nice edge on there, okay? Right, put your little lid back on so you don't get crud all over it. Right, okay. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, no, I it's starting to look a little bit of a mess in here. Right, so look at all my little blotchy messes there, all covered up. Yeah. That'll do. Right, that's that stuck down. Cool. Now the next thing I need, right, back out with my trimmer. Okay. And what we're going to do, you see, if I tell you where we're going, then you'll understand, right? What we've got is for example, okay, we've got an 8x8 card blank, and then we've got a 7x7 card blank. And what I want to do is take the 7x7 card blank, because this is how I get the perfect size, and just cut, look where this bit, just cut the fold like a sliver, like that. And now I've got two bits. Well, that wasn't exactly rocket science, was it? But then what I've got to do, see, this is exactly the same size because they're 7x7. So now I'm going to cut this down, yeah, so that there's a little sliver. So let's take a bit off there, like that. Right, so I've taken that bit off. Then I'll turn it round and I'll take this bit off as well, right? So then I've taken 1/4 inch off. Now let's see, because you don't want to screw it up after all this. Right, see, so that now is going to give me a little bit of a little border here, isn't it? Right, and then I need to take a little bit off the top. So we'll take a little bit off the top as well, like a little sliver off there. And then actually I'll probably take a little bit more off the top because there's not much left on the bottom. So I'll go like that, and I'll take another little bit off the top. All right, okie dokie. So then that is going to sit on there. Let's make sure it fits nicely. We like it. See? So let's get rid of this. So, do we want to add, this is, at this point, it's like, do it now or forever hold your peace. Do you want to add a little bit more depth around the edge? Now's your chance. Yeah? I'm not going to bother. That'll do me. Right. So then, in we go with the glue runner again. Slowly does it. They are brilliant. I've got to say, we've hit the jackpot with these. Right. I think what I like is the fact that they've got a little cap, a little protective lid on them. It's very good. See, and then you don't want to go too fast, because if you go too fast, you know, I know I'm teaching you to suck eggs here, but it's so obvious. If you go too fast, then what happens is the glue doesn't have a chance to dispense, and so that it gets caught up, and then 10 meters in, even though there's 30 meters on, there's 10 meters in, it's all got wound up around itself, and then it's no good. Right, so we've got that now. Let's have a look. 2-finger trick. Let's go from above so you can see it. 2-finger trick, and then you just hover. You see, because you've got your 2 fingers here sticking like that, so that stops me laying it down before I've decided where I want to put it. And then once I'm happy with the position, because down's down, right? Once I'm happy with the position, then I press it down, press it on the back, sorted. Right, pretty card. Now where are those butterflies? Let's check them out. Right, now these are going to go here and there. Don't they make it? You could put loads of them on, couldn't you? Okay. Look, I've got more. I've got plenty. Look, You could have a right old cascade of butterflies. Let's check it out. And this look pretty. Look, you could put them there. That's nice. Different colours. Couldn't you? You could put them everywhere. You could have a right old butterfly party. That looked pretty, eh? Anyway, so there you go. That looks quite nice on there, actually. But stick to the plan, Gray. I'm just saying. Right, now what we need to do, I definitely need to get my other glasses on. Wrong glasses here. Let's go in with these. Now what I need, have you got... They go, oh, you didn't say this either, Gray. Well, I'm saying it now. You either need a little tiny sliver of our double-sided adhesive or the pink, the red tape stuff. It's double-sided adhesive, isn't it? So this is cool. We just need a little bit of it. But what you do need to do is make sure that you can take the paper off. This is the challenge, is getting the paper off. Right, okay, so we've taken the paper off. Now, let's have a look. So we want a little tiny sliver of on the body of the butterfly, right? So it's going to sit. I'm only sticking it down on the body. Get a pencil or something and just curl it. Just curl it around the. That'll do. There you go. Just hold it on the body and then curl the butterfly around the pencil, the wings. Yeah, like that. Just curl it. You know, it would be better if you didn't use a ribbed pencil, Gray. There you go, like that. Just curl it round like that. Perfect. There you go. So that one's there like that. And then same with the little one. Just curl it round. That'll do. It's easy, isn't it? Now the tricky bit is getting a tiny little sliver of this on the spine of that little. Let's do the little one first, shall we? Come on. You only need a tiny little bit. Right. Okay. Where's those tweezers again? Have you got a little bit? Now, where's the sticky, though? It's not on that bit, is it? It's on this bit. Do you find crafting fiddly? It's not always fiddly, just sometimes, eh? There you go. That'll work. So I've got a bit on there. And let's put a little bit on this, on the spine, on the body, just on the body. Okay, that's what I want. See, this isn't fiddly, really, is it? There's a lot more fiddlier than this going on in the crafting world. Oh, but it's very clean art, isn't it? It's not messy. It's not dirty. Right, let's have a look. Now, Linda Williams, she calls this messy. I mean. Cut me some slack. Messy. You're joking. Oh, hang on. Okay, I'll have to cut that off. I've got a bit of an overhang. Hey? Bodge job. I know. It's all right. There you go. Right, so we've got the da-da, and we're nearly there, and it's 5 to 9. And I said to Paul, didn't I say, Paul, it's going to take till 9 o'clock? Told ya. I knew. I took one look at this card and I thought, that is going to take till 9 o'clock. Now, don't put it down yet till you decide where you want it to be. I reckon that's going to look good there. I'm just going to leave it there like that for a minute. Where's the little one with the... Right, here we go. That one's going to be there. Okay. Can you hear the rain? I find it very cozy when it's raining outside and you're indoors like this. I like that. And I'm going to pop that one there like that. That'll look nice. That will look good right there. Is it sticking? Yeah. There and there. Perfect. There you go. He's sitting. He's sitting. So you could use anything to stick this. You could use perga glue or See, I just think this is quite permanent, isn't it? There you go. That looks quite good like that. Do you like it? I like the whiteness in the words there, don't you? And then once we've done that, then the last thing to do is if we take, where's that 8x8, see? So you could take this one, the large one, and then this one is set on that one. And I like that. I think that kind of finishes it off as a nice card. Don't you? Just like that. And then, oh yeah. And then you could use other little buttons. So that's come on, let's do it. Come on, Gray, in for a penny. Right, squishing the butterflies, of course. Right, let's do this. Gently does it. And up. Let's finish this job. Because, I tell you what, I have had an idea. Because I think there's a giveaway. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's a giveaway one of the days. Yeah, I know there is. There's loads of gift vouchers. There's a £25 gift vouchers. There's £50 gift vouchers. And so what I'll do is, this will be the card that houses one of the gift vouchers. How's that sound? Yes, happy to do that. Dee's inspiration, Barbara's handiwork. All sorted. There you go, there's my little butterflies. I wonder if they'll stay on. Nice. Love it. Dee, I love you, thank you. And then on the inside, you could even, just because it's beautiful, look at that. Doesn't that look delightful? I'll do that. I'll stick them on, and that's going to be a gift voucher for somebody somewhere. There you go. There we are. Lovely. I hope you enjoyed that one. 9 o'clock on the nose. How about that? Okay. So I tell you what we're going to do. All right. Let me get my glasses on because I've got to clear the decks here. Right, let me see. What do I think? How long will it take? Let's have a sip of tea, cold tea. Are you up for another session? Or have you had enough? I'm up for another session. I'm up for having a break, going and getting a cocoa or something, a little snack. Dave grilled some sausages. I'm going to grab a sausage. Clear the decks, start again. Yeah? I reckon... If it's 9 o'clock now, do you think that half an hour would be long enough? I've got to change the batteries, change my clobber, have a quick refresh. I reckon that 9:30 would be fine for me. Would that be okay for you? What's the verdict on that? Maybe a smaller group of us, but hey ho, that's fine too. What do you think, Paul? Have we got any? Is football on the box? Oh yeah, well, forget football. Forget football. Come on, we can craft. This is going to be a nice one. We're going to do we're going to use love. So it's similar but different tricks. So we're going to use the big love word this time. Yeah, what are we saying? Yeah, I can't read it. It's going too fast. I'm going to say, I'll see you in half an hour back here. Okay, I'll clear the decks. That one's going to be the gift voucher, so I'll put that in a safe place. And then in half an hour, we'll go again. And then I'll get the tray sorted out, clear all this lot, and we'll have our pyjama party. And maybe I'll bring some biscuits as well. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in about half an hour. Okay, guys? Come on, go and get your pyjamas on. It's an all-nighter. Lots of love.